Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Man the Maker. Against the Storm. We're doing it. We're going to give a run on this wonderful roguelike fantasy city builder, I believe is how they describe it, as my chair creaks excessively. I actually really love this game. If you're familiar with it, well then, good for you. Unfortunately, it's only on Epic Game Store until the end of this year. But I still recommend checking it out. And if not, I mean, if you don't know it or you're unconvinced, let's go ahead and play the game and get started. I played it a decent amount. One thing to note, right? The game has a form of meta progression, right? You play through a cycle. Let's go to the world map. You play through a cycle down here. You see, I already started one. I've already founded a single city over here. And each time, like, the time progresses, depending on how long it takes you to win. You can have more cities or settlements, I guess, and less, until it reaches the end when a massive storm comes and wipes out everything except the smoldering city itself. And then the map resets. Smoldering city is right here. You got some upgrades. You level up, unlocking things. You buy upgrades, giving you more strength. I'm just showing this so if you do know the game, you kind of know where I'm at. I'm not super far ahead, right? We're not all the way up at the top. I don't know, maybe like 2/5 of the way through this, something like that. Yeah, we're gonna do this game on impossible. I have yet to beat it on impossible difficulty. That is the hardest difficulty. I can do very hard, pretty much without sweating it, which is the one below that. Impossible I have yet to beat. However, the 2 times that I have attempted it, I made some mistakes. One of them was, it was actually this city, and then the update that just came out where they introduced blight fighters and hydrants, and we'll see what that looks like when we actually get into the game. They do update the game very frequently. I didn't play for like 3 months, and I came back, and the game has had so much added to it. Bless those developers. Another reason why I love this game so much. It is definitely evolving and changing and improving, new features being added all the time. My God, I'm not going to stop raving about it, probably. I was next to this Forbidden Lands. Yeah, Forbidden Glades can be found in this region only. Exploration is a part of the game once we actually found a settlement. And this is like, everything is super dangerous and difficult. And I did it on impossible, and it was like, that's not going to work. Fortunately, I got all of the rewards because the update broke my particular settlement safe, and I got the stuff I was going to lose for sure. The other time, I also picked a Cornerstone, which is kind of like an upgrade that you get as the game progresses within the particular map. That also made things pretty intense. We're not going to do that this time. There are different biomes: Scarlet Orchards, marshlands, coral forest is always pretty cool. I think I'm going to go just into the Royal Woodlands over here. They all have like different effects, different rewards as well. For some reason this... Oh yeah. I am going to go here because we're going to move towards unlocking, like whatever this is. And the Royal Woodlands seems fine. You can see the Queen's Forest was once part of the smoldering city, but the Blightstorm reclaimed this land. There's roots, broccoli, mushrooms, and flax. We are going to do it on impossible. Okay. We're going to see how that goes. Map size medium, average amount of soil, difficulty impossible, right? You can see what it does there. Things can hurt a lot. Modifiers. Now, because of our devastating severity, like this is all bad stuff that will start to happen as the game progresses. The higher difficulties have much higher this. We do have, trees give more wood. We can also see what kind of food is here and natural resources are available. Sea marrow, that's new to me. I don't know what that is, so that's pretty cool. I think this update added 2 new resources, so we'll have to see what that actually is. And I can pick who I start with. 9 harpies, 4 lizards, and 4 humans. I intend to go with some farming here. Maybe make some beer if I can. Wheat economy is something I kind of like to do. So we'll probably go with you, just so we start off with some wheat. But everybody's like a little bit different. We'll see what that looks like once we actually get in the game. And then we choose an embark bonus. This is just stuff that you'll have in the beginning. I have just unlocked these 2. Or rather, I had just gained enough embark points that I can actually take them on the higher difficulties. And I'm definitely going to take this. What is this? Training gear. It's a luxury good. You can sell them. You can use them to make people somewhat happier. Lizards love some training. Um, that's kind of late game. I'm kind of like picking this up to say, hey, later on. On the other hand, starting with a small farm means I don't have to gamble. There's a chance that we just don't get a small farm, in which case making grain is going to be real difficult. I'm taking the farm. This is crazy, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Let's go. Impossible difficulty. Am I going to crash and burn? Like I said, I failed twice on impossible, but I kind of like set myself up for that one. So we'll have to see how that goes. All right. This is totally random, by the way. You don't know what it is when it's coming in. But when we got... oh, it's not even a drizzle. This is drizzle. In the drizzle. Bleeding trees. 2 resin every time we cut down a tree. That's really nice. Free source of resin. You just love free resources. Resin you use for things, right? That's a supply chain situation. Also, we know the gift of the woodlands. Just trees give more wood. Wood cutting. Definitely going to be something we're interested in. Looming darkness. When the storm hits, -4 to global resolve, just for everybody. Creeping shadows. Discovering a glade during the storm decreases global resolve by 10. Global resolve, we can see there, makes, if it goes below 0, people will leave after a certain amount of time. If it hits these little blue things, you'll be able to win a little bit faster. We'll kind of explain some of this stuff as we go along. So yeah. Don't open a glade. Exploration. Bad during a storm. Harsh weather conditions make it impossible. So gaining reputation does not lower impatience during a storm. That's really important. And right, that's how you win. This is your reputation. Get it all the way up, you win. This is the Queen's impatience. Get that all the way up, you lose. So we really do not want to be gaining reputation during the storms once we hit hostility level 2. Which will happen over time. Fuel efficiency during storm from hostility 3. Fuel efficiency 200% lower. Ouch. And finally, downpour. If we don't have housing or services, people will just eat a ton more. Also pretty bad. But all in all, like not the worst things that I've seen here. Oh, got something in my eye. I hope it's not worms. We just found out my dog has worms. And the vet was like... She has a lot of them, and she's had them for a while. So your house is just covered in worms. You are covered in worms and worm eggs. So, and now I'm pretty tired, and whenever my eyes get itchy, I'm just like, is it the worm eggs? Anyways, let's try and focus here. So you can see we got some stuff, right? We got some complex food. I'm gonna probably tell people not to eat that. I want to save the complex food. Boop, boop. For later. Nobody eat that. But we got some insects and we got some eggs, right? These are just things that we can use for eating. We got some parts, very rare to get and use to make particular starting buildings, basically. Some fabric. And finally, we got a little bit of wood and a little bit of coal. Now, we got ourselves a map. You can see here, right? You start off. This is your storage. This is the ancient hearth. People come here to take a break and chill. You have to man it. People have different... bonuses depending on who's manning it. Queen's Impatience grows a little bit slower. I'm actually going to have the human there because I don't really care about the +1 global resolve right now, and I'd rather just prevent the Queen's Impatience from just going up by 0.15 per minute. Will it update this immediately? 0.21. Yeah, that's not in. That's significant. Oh, look at that. Sea mare you can burn. That's interesting. Whatever. Yeah, consumes fuel. If it doesn't have fuel, it goes out, and it's pretty bad. People are going to get pretty upset. So what do we do? Well, we know, we start off with a small farm, which is pretty good. And what we need to do, we got some resources out here. We got clay, we got eggs, and we got roots. All of these can be collected from the buildings that you start with. Stone Cluttered Camp can get the clay. Harvester's Camp, is that new? Plant fiber... and reed. That is new. You used to get that... Oh, they changed these things. Anyways, you used to get that from either this or this. Right, this will get the roots and the eggs. We'll almost certainly want to build one of these. But considering we only have 10 wood, obviously the choice is to just get woodcutters camps. Now, woodcutters are used for exploration, right? What's inside of these things? We don't know. And as we push out, we will uncover new resources. These things mean that there's some dangerous stuff going on there. Much better things contained within, but you might have to deal with an event that can be pretty bad if you're not prepared for it. Sometimes you just got to go for it, though, and gamble. So I like to do a double woodcutter opening because getting that exploration out is really good. And I might even just gun it and just go straight for a dangerous glade. No, I'm chickening out. Instead, I will do that. I will say, please go directly into these glades. I want to see what's inside of them. You can cut that open. So they're going to now go out and build that. I will also, I think, plop a scavenger's camp down over here. And we can start gathering up some food as well, because we frankly don't have a ton of food if we're ignoring the pies, which we are. And now I'm going to say, hey, everybody go out and build. Meanwhile, I will also, I pretty much always do this, say, hey, when you're done with that, just go and build me some paths around here. Just as 5% faster. It's not much, but you know what? It's honest work. So we'll do it. All right. Our first woodcutter is done. I'm going to say, hey, get me these guys in there. You can see, boom, hostility just went up. The forest does not like woodcutters. Big surprise there. So I'm going to jack that up. The effects of this, -2 global resolve, but also we know that when we get to hostility 1, which we are in, if we discover a glade, people are going to be pretty pissed. But that's not really a concern for us right now. It's all right, people, start chopping stuff. I'm going to say, hey, you start chopping stuff. And once you're done, almost there, 94%. I took the person who was building it off. And I'm going to say, hey, I want 2 of you. Yeah, I'll have the 2 of them doing it. So, some things that we got to take into consideration. Down here, pick a new building. Every time you get a resolve point, you get a new blueprint. Or not every time, but when you hit these milestones. What do we got here? Okay. So, we can go for a carpenter right off the bat, which I quite like. I should, I might just say build me this thing so I can actually talk about it. Where are you? Where? Industry, crude workstation, super important. You lack the wood for it. Planks, fabric, and bricks are pretty much how you build the more advanced buildings. You need them for many, 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 many things. Obviously, right now, we don't have access to any of this stuff that you use to make fabric. So fabric is going to be a weak point until we can reveal something. You use wood to make planks, and you use either clay or stone, of which we have access to make bricks. Now, we can see, maybe it doesn't even tell you there. Does it tell us here? Anybody got a star? So these have no stars. This has 1 star. These don't have any stars. Basically, the star is how efficient they are at producing something. So it takes 8 pieces of wood to make 2 planks, 6 and 6 to make 2. As we unlock better buildings, we can see here, it takes only 5 wood to make the planks. Right? It's 2 stars in all of these, so the carpenter is like pretty good at doing most things. Not amazing. A lumber mill, for example, will be even better at making planks. Cookhouse makes lots of different kinds of food as well as skewers. I don't like this as a opening salvo because it's nothing. I don't know. This is like kind of higher level things. This is also kind of higher level things. You need quite a few things. I mean, the skewers actually kind of need like the skewers you can make, but we don't really have access to the ways to produce any of this stuff. So I think I'm debating between the provisioner, because I definitely want access to flour, because I intend on making some wheat farms, or the carpenter. Just getting access to producing planks is really nice. The simple tools is not so great because we don't have access to copper usually on the Royal Woods. And the package of luxury goods is kind of meh. This is kind of a later thing. Packs of provisions, very, very, very useful for trading. You just need them to trade anything. Barrels, of course, also need stuff that we can produce. I think I'm going to go for the carpenter. I would love to get packs of provisions out of the gate. So actually the provisioner. Up next, a weaver. Okay, we don't really have any way to do that. We don't need the herb garden because we can actually grow stuff already. The carpenter is here and he does give us the planks. Fabric is great, but we don't have access to a way to produce that. I'm going to go with the carpenter. And now we can just wait, right? These is how you turn wheat into any of these things, which is very good for us as long as we can find some farmland, because we can really just like plop down a whole bunch of farms. Water skins. I do like these camps. If we find a bunch of mushrooms, berries, or herbs, or meat, insects, or eggs, then we might go for a trapper's camp. I think the eggs we can already gather, but we can't get meat with what we have. And right, you're getting eggs, indeed. Okay, I think we don't have to pick it now, so I'm just not going to. I'm going to wait and see how the map kind of expands for us. So let's go ahead and speed up some time there. Very important that you don't, like I said, run out of fuel. You do start with some coal. All right, we've got our first reveal. Okay, we have some meat. Not much. There's 3 of these things, and they have 18 charges. It's not a crazy amount. 3 of them? Yes. As well as some flax, which is also pretty interesting. So we will be able to make some cloth, which is pretty nice. I'm pretty happy. I think I'm going to tell you to just actually come down here. Check that out, right? Magic. Come down here. Can I move you? I'm just going to move you. We did unlock all this stuff, but we definitely don't have a way to actually produce any of them, so I'm not going to worry about it. And you don't need to cut that at all. All right, I'm not going to act on any of this just yet. Now we cannot collect this unless we get the trapper's camp. So you want to think about, is that worth it for us to do? Hopefully we find some wheat fields out here. Sorry, just farmland. If we can find some farmland, then we can get started on that, which would be really great. Gathering lots of wood. And our first opportunity to pick a cornerstone. No one can weather the storm alone. The Queen offers you a cornerstone that will lay the foundation for your town's prosperity. Choose wisely, as you won't be able to change it. Indeed. So we can now pick from the 4 of these and see what we've got available. Right? They're just permanent buffs. Just straight up permanent buffs. Wealthy settlements attract wealthy settlers. Newcomers bring 20% more goods for every gained hub level. That's something that we'll look into a little bit, but that's pretty good. 20% more goods, it's okay. Just the right amount of well-rested workers. If they have the leisure need fulfilled, 10% chance for double yields. We would like to, going with wheat, the end result is to provide leisure by beer production and then putting up a tavern or something. I think it's beer that does leisure. But this is like much later on. That's not going to happen for a long time. Artifact infused with the power of the Holy Flame. Hostility from wood hunters is decreased by 12. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Meat specialization. Meat production is increased by +1 for every 25 times it's produced. That's pretty tempting as well, right? Basically, this is 18 charges. So after 2 of these are consumed, I might wait a little bit before picking this. Because if there's a bunch more meat out here, on one hand, woodcutter's 6 times 12, 72 or something. Dropping this by 72? That seems like a lot. That can't be right. I guess they give like, what, 24? You know what? Because wood is going to be such an important piece for us because we get resin from it, I'm going with the flame amulets. Oh, It did cut us in half. Look at that. All right, next up is our orders. Basically, they're quests. This is saying, hey, if you keep humans happy above 24 resolve for 30 seconds, you get 2 more humans, you get some wheat, and you get some parts. Or you can make some packs of provisions and some packs of crops. You get 4 people, an amber pouch, and, of course, 1 reputation. We're going to go for that one, because the other one seems much harder. You want me to solve 2 dangerous glade events, and if I do, I will get a tool shop. Not so appealing to me. I mean, getting the copper ore is fine, but we don't actually have anywhere to turn that into copper ingots right now. Or 3 packs. Pack of building materials, pack of crops, and pack of provisions. We just get better industrialized farming, additional packs, better fabric production, and some parts. Neither of these are actually really that interesting to me. I guess we'll make the trade goods. And do you want me to sell some stuff and have some money? And if you do, I get 2 people and a bunch of biscuits. I'll go for the biscuits. You can also wait on that, but I'm pretty happy just to do it. Our food is holding steady right now, which is pretty nice, right? These people are collecting it at a sufficient rate. One thing we will need to do. Packs of provisions much better. I mean, we'll need a makeshift post for sure. So I'm just going to put one down here. This is how we make these packs. The packs of provisions we can make by building a provisioner. I'm also just going to put a carpenter down. We can't build it yet, but we are definitely going to put some wood towards plank production so we can build it for sure. Do we need the 2 people gathering the food? I'm kind of thinking yes. I forget, what is your bonus? Queen's Impatience grows a little bit slower. I think I'm going to take you out. You're out of there. You go work. We can start making the packs, right? We do have roots. Packs of provisions. We do have eggs. The building materials is going to be pretty tough. How many of those do we need? Yeah, we need to do it twice, huh? I would prefer to wait. Okay, we've revealed. It's more meat, huh? Dewberry bush, more broodmother, but only 1, and a small abandoned cache. These things you use usually tools to either get some reputation and money or something else. I think this is usually that. I don't know. Is it ever something else? Maybe it's not always cash. I'm not sure. And we revealed some fertile soil, a moss broccoli patch, and a small encampment. This just takes food and gives us people. I mean, I would love the people. So I'm just going to say right now, go ahead and start working on that one for me. And to go along with that, let's see. It's still pretty messy. Okay. So we can see now, this is farm fields. If we clear it all out, some of it is often underneath trees. So I'm actually going to tell them, hey, spread this out a little bit so I can be convinced that it is not. And then we're going to put a farm there and we're going to start growing some wheat. Nothing to do with the wheat yet. Oh, I forget. Can the carpenter do wheat? Can the provisioner? Yes, the provisioner can make flour. All right, we're just going to have you keep going. Obviously, all of these things piss off people. Or rather, maybe not. Maybe people is the incorrect term. I think I am in a bold move. Oops. That was the wrong thing. Gonna move one of these over here. And say, hey, go and get me into this dangerous glade. Scouts are idle. Oh, I have to choose the reward, of course. All right, that's fine. Right, we're definitely hurting for people right now, which is why I'm pretty happy we found this encampment. There is a fair amount of things that need the herbalist, right? Are you also an herbalist? No, you're a forager. We will have to see. All right, we are now in clearance. Nice. So nothing bad happens, nothing good happens. We don't actually get the free resin. We have 58 right now. That's pretty awesome. I'm also okay. Am I okay to just let them get me wood? Not really. I want you to expose another place, please. I have to make sure that they don't open this during the storm. Also, probably around that time to make me some houses. So I will make the necessary houses. We don't have any builders. Food is in the decline. But we will handle that. And I'm also going to say, hey, farm field there, actually. I think the best location, right? Farm fields only cover a certain amount of space. So having the right spot, which I think is going to be here, is going to be ideal. If we can pop it in there. I know I don't have any builders right now. That's okay. I want this one making me these things. How many do I have? I have 4. You are also making me fabric? Okay. And I need how many of these? 5. So make 1 more. And then we don't need to make planks anymore here. We can instead do them at the carpenter. We do have plenty of wood right now, so I may consider chilling out on the wood chopping once we break into this. Hopefully it's nothing too terrible. Oh, I do have lots of workers now. So actually, yeah, you go back to here. And the other 2 can just work. Meanwhile, we're going to build up houses. Now, one thing, if you have 8 people living in a house and 4 decorations, you get some bonuses. So I like to just kind of plop them down anywhere. I don't really care. There you go. There you go. You should have enough. Force the delivery, please. All right, Glade has been exposed. Lots of meat available here. Lots of meat. Wow. There is also some flax, an artisan. If we can turn and they make coats, pigment, and barrels, or we just get some pigment and fabric, only 10 of each. It seems pretty whack. Or we have somebody go and work here and we say all food production is 90% slower while we're working on it. It doesn't cost us anything. It's a leaking cauldron. If we don't do anything, destroy all planted crops, and -8 to global resolve. But we can get, let's see, stack of wealth effect, so we can get a little bit of food and barrels, or some money and some reputation. It's going to be a while until we start working on some caches, if ever. Barrels can be useful. All right. And we're going to just have 2 people work on this immediately. And actually, I don't want you doing that anymore, so please stop. Just build me some things. Now, what again is this? Food production is 90% slower. So you can see, it's basically not doing anything. So I might as well just take them out, actually. And we can just hope. And, you know, honestly, I'm also pretty happy to not have y'all do anything there. And instead, the farm field here will actually contain all of the things. So that's a great location. I'm very happy about that. I also think I'm going to go for the trapper's camp. We know that there's meat out there. And quite a bit of it as well. These things, really, really nice. Oh no, these things. Oh, they're very close to us as well. Lots of fur, lots of meat. You love it. I kind of wish I'd gone with the meat production, but What are you going to do? You just got the one working. Now, we don't want to open anything right now, right? Because we are about to encounter our first storm. My God. Hey, what happened to... You're not going to... Does somebody need to be here for that to happen? Delivery in progress. So, our resolve is low, unfortunately. It has dipped down below. Harpies are notoriously difficult to please. But we did get, hey, because we fulfilled the requirements, our hub has leveled up. And that gives us +2 resolve, just like that. Ancient Heart's resistance to corruption. There is no corruption yet. Because we don't have any industrial buildings, I suppose. But that's going to change soon. Corruption being brand new to me. You require planks, do you? Now, it has yet to go below 0. So now you can kind of see it's starting to tick down. Now, when it reaches 0, we can have some trouble. She will leave. We really don't want that to happen. Not going to go for the trapper's camp just yet. We do need another house. So I will put another one down. I think that will make the lizards less unhappy. I've got lots of people that are not working right now. Let's get you to work. And make me some planks, please. This is on its way out. Food is getting low. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sacrifice 36 wood per minute for 3 bonus resolve. So I'm going to burn up a whole bunch of this wood. Shouldn't be more than a minute, actually. Yeah. To prevent our people from getting upset. I can actually turn it off now. And I think that should be enough time to make it through to the day. You are on break. But you have made some planks. So the food is going to be coming in. All right. Harpies are upset again. I'm a little nervous that they're getting so close. So I'm going to tick this up just for a moment here. And then I can tick it back down. And then the storm ends. And everybody is happy. Whew. Pretty tight. How close is this to being done? 1 more minute until we start gathering some food again. We got a lot of things, but we're not going to look at that because that's the end of this episode. We made it through the first year against the storm. I'm just going to reiterate, I freaking love this game. I love the flavor. I love the music. I love the gameplay. The meta progression is interesting and exciting. It's just great. Well done. Fantastic. Go check out the game. Again, only on Epic Store. I know some of y'all got big problems with that. Then just wait another 6 months or something, and then it should come out on Steam as well. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode. We're going to have more episodes coming out just so we can finish up at least this. I mean, probably over time we'll have more, and also it depends on the reception of the game, the video rather. If you want to see more, you got to make yourself heard. I trust that you know how to do that. So until next time, my name is Man the Maker. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful day.